This is Group 1 presenting on Chapter 7, Camryn, Megan, Jen, and Michelle on Integrated Concept-Based Instruction. This is a video from study.com that explains integrated content-based instruction very clearly.
Content-based instruction focuses on content rather than language. However, the goal is language instruction. Simply stated, the language becomes a tool for learning new things instead of the topic.
Content-based instruction has many benefits. It provides students with the opportunity for authentic language use and increased social interactions with their peers. It creates a positive classroom environment for all students while giving students the chance to better develop their language skills.
Language integration within the content. Bloom's taxonomy is often referred to by teachers when creating lesson plans to help students achieve learning standards. The skills can be measured at various levels, from simply repeating a phrase to developing an argument. A student's ability to demonstrate knowledge may be planned for along this continuum. In planning for CLD students, it may be important to plan for content and language objectives. Content objectives relate directly to what is taught, while language objectives need to reflect the child's current linguistic proficiency, standards, and language of current content. For a student in the early production phase, they may be asked to listen to a variety of text, while a child in the speech emergent phase may be asked to summarize and make inferences. Here's another video to explain language objectives.
One of the most powerful ways to change teacher instruction is to look at content and language objectives. Now, with the standards, we're in a standards-based movement. We have great state and national standards. So these are available to teachers. They don't have to reinvent the wheel. But they often have to break them down into what is going to be accomplished during a unit, during a week, during a day. And then the next step is to look at the language that's expected of that. Because everything that we teach kids and expect them to do is through the medium of language. It's listening, it's responding, it's reading, it's writing. So what do we need to do to make sure that the reading, writing, listening, speaking is an open pathway to the content? And writing language objectives and content objectives is one way to keep on track.
What does it look like? The first step is vocabulary, is to pre-teach the words that are involved within the lesson, selecting words and adding them to a word wall, engaging students in a graphic organizer for a deeper understanding of the vocabulary words, and allowing them to become familiar with the words by engaging in the vocabulary review. The next step is background knowledge. Engage students to discuss or think about their past experiences, inviting students to share what they already know and what they wonder about the topic, using visual cues and examples to make connections, inviting community members into the classroom to discuss the topic.
Another way to integrate connections and vocabulary is the use of graphic organizers. Here are 4 examples of graphic organizers used in a 5th grade classroom.
Collaboration is also another way to provide authentic learning opportunities for students. Here are a few examples of how students in my classroom collaborate. We have activities such as rally coaching, where students work together to create different projects. In picture 1, you see them creating a poster to come up with words that start with a specific letter. In our other pictures, you can see how students are playing a math game together, allowing them for opportunities to communicate and practice those language skills in content-based activities. And the last one shows how students are grouped at their tables. Now, one of the students in the picture is an EL student and is provided different opportunities to talk and work with the students at her table.
Learning centers allow for students to move about the classroom and practice skills and concepts in a variety of ways. Centers lend themselves to hands-on activities and novel items and realia. These are photos from our classrooms of students using these materials to explore their learning on a daily basis. CLD students benefit from the flexibility of centers that allows for working individually, to pairs, and small groups. When planning for learning centers, you'll want to intentionally reflect the objectives, not just fun and easy things to keep the students busy. Interactions amongst students and equipment needed, how much support the students will need to be successful, and the length of time to complete each activity.
In conclusion, effectively implementing content-based instruction takes time, practice, and self-reflection. It is important to remember when planning for, instructing, and assessing students with accommodation require special attention to their language development needs. Implementing content-based instruction sounds like it could take a lot of time, but in reality, many teachers already use these strategies in their classrooms. We found this in our group as we dug through the chapter and found that different aspects that we already implement in our classroom, which is why we also included the pictures to see how this can be used in everyday situations.